2022. My name is Barda, and let's get right on into it. Okay, I do feel like drawing. I'm going to start out with the Oracle cards, which kind of give me a baseline, and then I'll pull some tarot cards. We've got reconciliation, and I also feel for some Aquarius, it's getting back in touch with self. Any more cards for Aquarius? And I'm not sure if this is going to go for one group, two group, or not until I get going. And what I mean by that is there's thousands and thousands of each zodiac sign. So not every single reading that is done is going to resonate with every single one of that zodiac sign. So sometimes I'll be able to reach more of that same zodiac sign that's having different situations by groups. And I'll show you as we go along. Anything else for... Okay. Now this has been happening today. We've got 3 cards straight down. I'm going to take them. I do take falling cards. I feel they're there for a reason. And it's going to go along with this group right here. Sometimes it's just one universal reading. We'll see here. Okay. I think it's going to be... I'll take it. I felt drawn to the bottom of the deck. Yes, and yes. Okay, so this most likely is going to be one group. All right, so the first card we have right here is reconciliation. And the reason I was pausing is because the last card that fell down was closure. Okay, with reconciliation and closure right there, I feel like they're tied together. Now, these cards right here, usually when cards fall face down like this, it is something we can't see or we're not talking about, or it's not yet revealed to us. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal. Oh, nice. Okay, so some of you, this reconciliation, this is actually for some of you Aquarius. This message is probably going to be reaching a small group of Aquarius that need to hear this. For some of you, there's going to be reconciliation. Do you see how the two are touching fingers? They're reconnecting. Okay. Whatever your status is, whether this is friends, families, or lovers, it does look like some of you Aquariuses in the past have had to where 2 people parted. Now, I also see this as Aquarius getting back in touch with themselves. That feels right as well. But the main thing here is getting back in touch with someone else. Affiliation. Okay. Yep. And I heard for some, it needs time, take time, and that time has been taken. So it's a different, again, this is another sign that has grown over the last year. And this is not going to apply to every single Aquarius. It's not. But there are some Aquariuses that need to hear this one. They have grown so much over the last year, especially the last year, that they're now looking at stuff in a different perspective. And if this is not you, Aquarius, reaching out to reconcile, this could be somebody else that is reaching out to you to reconcile with you. Now, everybody has free will, so it is your choice whether or not you do this. What else, what can you not see, or what are you not talking about? I think it's more what's gonna be coming for you in December. What is this all ranging around? Prosperity, forgiveness, and boundaries. So some Aquariuses, this reconciliation or getting back in touch with somebody, I literally, for some of you, it's getting back in touch with somebody. But there was some kind of here. Boundaries might have been crossed in the past for some. Some of you had closure issues, and you kind of went your separate ways. For some of you, I do hear loss. And so it almost feels like you kind of went your separate ways. However that applies to you, okay? So anyway, reconciliation right here for Aquarius. We've got prosperity. We've got forgiveness, and we've got boundaries. Okay, so this group of Aquarius right here, I'm going to jump right over to boundaries. This especially, I feel especially, the last couple of years, you have really gotten kind of into your center to where you have put boundaries up and no longer let people cross them. And so the message here is if somebody's coming back into your life that's going to get in touch with you, you will put up boundaries. Boundaries will not be crossed, or it's vice versa. You can cross, if you're a cross watcher, you can reverse the roles. All right. For some Aquarius, there's forgiveness that needs to be given here. It doesn't have to be, and not all situations require forgiveness, but forgiveness in this one is going to be either given to or going to be received. Prosperity. Prosperity. For some of you Aquarius with the prosperity, this is blending more than just the reconciliation coming back in touch. All right. For some of you with the prosperity, it's actually where you came back in touch with yourself as an Aquarius. You know, really kind of got to know yourself and you set your boundaries to where you can literally just focus. Okay. I'll be jumping around here. So this is kind of like almost two different groups. It'd be the ones who just took and, you know, you're literally reconciling with somebody. And whether it's love, it could be friends, family, lovers, somebody you cared about. And in some circumstances or some situation, you parted and went different ways. Yep. Some of you may be receiving closure with this reconciliation. Maybe you're waiting for information to come in, or you did not get all the pieces and parts that needed to be put together to get all the clear picture. That closure is coming. Okay. With prosperity, this one stands out. It doesn't seem like it's like off by its side, but I think it's something else that Aquarius is working very hard, very, very hard. This is literally, prosperity can mean many things, but this is literally gold falling from the sky. So while you're sitting here working through this forgiveness and the boundaries and keeping your boundaries, it could be when this person comes back in. Or if you're the one, you just all of a sudden, it's kind of like, oh, you know what? I think I might, that's too many. I might just reach out and you know what? Time heals all wounds. My goodness, those want to jump. Okay, let's look at prosperity because I think really you're working hard on your money and it seems like money's coming easier to you. That's one of the other things during December that you're working on. And some of you, it's just prosperity in life itself. But I really feel that this is tied up to your materialistic as well. There may be a windfall of some kind that comes your way. It's by a choice. Yep. This is all about, and see with the prosperity, with reconciliation as well. It can also mean we've got the Two of Wands. This is Alexander, who's sitting here and he's got a wand in his hand and he's got one behind him and he's got his world in his hand. To me, this card instantly, this is intuitively, it feels like he has taken, and you see how he's looking at his world? He set his boundaries, right? For Aquarius, he set his boundaries and he's looking at his world in a different way. He has now left the past behind him and he's now grasping a new wand to take action to move forward. And he's been waiting for his ships to come in, which is the prosperity. So this is about Aquarius, that not just during the reconciliation, it seems like it's happening about the same time. Whatever you've been working on really hard and really putting your nose to the grindstone, it is going to pay off. The money will fall. And I don't mean falling through your fingers. It's actually going to be prosperous because you put the hard work in. That's one of the things that's besides the reconciliation. Reconciliation is not going to happen for everybody, but it is going to happen for this group. If this sounds like you, then this is meant for you. Okay. Alexander is, and with Alexander, he's sitting here and he's looking over the land. And what he's doing is really examining his life. And for this reading right here, he is examining his boundaries. He is examining, you know, it's kind of like for Aquarius here, say somebody does contact you, or you decide you want to contact somebody else, but there's deep thought put into this before you grasp that wand and take that action. Or if you're on the receiving end, you really got that wand in your hand and you're really looking over every detail, you know. I'm going to have boundaries. Yes, there's forgiveness. Yes. I think some are going to receive closure. I do feel this big time. Some of you, this is tied. This has a love to it. There's love tied up in this, whether it's family, friends, or lovers. Some of you, it's lovers. A lover from the past. And I'm not saying jump to every lover from the past. That's not what I'm saying. This one sticks out. Something just didn't, when it ended, it didn't end right. And what I mean by that is it's something, just think of it this way. If it had, there's always a reason why I feel like saying something. And I feel like saying lovers for the simple fact is this one stands out. Is there somebody from your past that it ended in the wrong way? It didn't quite feel right, or there was a hasty decision made very fast and it was just done, but yet that person's on your mind a lot, and maybe it was you who did it in the wrong way, or it was them who did it in the wrong way, and now they're on your mind and you want to make it right. Okay, this is one example. Family and friends. I'm hearing siblings, especially siblings. Did you have it out with a sibling? Did you not see eye to eye? Did you part ways? However this applies in your life, Aquarius, this is a parting in the past that you're actually going to have some closure on. Of why? Because I feel with this instance here, not all the whys were answered. And there's been a lot of whys in your head over the years. And there's been a lot of whys in their head over the years too, because, but both parties have grown. They have matured a lot for a lot of you. And it doesn't matter if you're in 30s, 40s, 50s. People are always maturing mentally. So there's been a lot of maturing, getting past this. And I'm not going to say everybody's going to reconcile. That is not the case here at all. And this reading so far doesn't sound like you. And you're like, no, I will never, ever reconcile. Well, this isn't, not every reading is going to, this is for a very small group. But if it sounds like you, I'm telling you, if you, in the past, you had parted ways. And there might have even been a jerk way. There might have even been a fight. Words were said. Feelings were hurt. Boundaries were crossed. You might have decided, I'm not ever going to forgive you. The other person might have been reverse roles. Maybe they decided it was unforgivable, the way you treated them. However it went. It's been enough time that everybody's cooled off enough. And now you're about to receive closure. Because there was a lot of unanswered stuff. You're going to have this opportunity. Whether or not you take this or not, especially, I want to say this again, especially if it was a lover. Because not you, some of you just may be receiving closure. All right, so this is going to be two groups. That felt right. Some of you are just going to get closure. On why. You're not going to get every whys. But if it ended in a very strange way, made no sense, and either you reach out or they reach out, friends, family, lovers, some of you it's going to lead to reconciliation. Others of you will get your closure. Whatever this is, not whatever it is, because obviously that's what it's reconnecting. There will be some kind of reconnection. And it'll be up to Aquarius to decide whether to reconcile their differences, to forgive, not to forget, but to forgive, and to put it in, to draw the sand, I've got my boundaries. Or just get closure and move on. Everybody has their choices. Okay? So this one right here is a choice card. And this is you evaluating it. You have two paths. You have a decision, a fork in the road. But I don't think this is going to be a hard one. I actually think this is going to give you the closure you wanted. This is going to give you the information you needed. So your heart can settle. Some of you, if it has to do with love, somebody kind of thought that the grass was greener on the other side. They found out very quickly it was not. Okay. I just feel, especially, this is not a love, it has love in it, but it's not a love reading. This does feel, there's love involved definitely here. And it might be around the full moon in December. For some, that feels right. Reconciliation. If you decide to reconcile, that feels correct. Whatever this is not something that, you know, you just, fine, you were mad about it for quite a while, but you decided, then it became, there was like a pulling in your heart. So it's not one of those things where I'm just never going to talk to you again. I mean, you might have said that, might have thought that when it first happened, but maybe somebody ghosted you. If it was a type of relationship. If it's not, then if it's family and friends, whatever the situation is, there's reconciliation as a possibility. It's up to you whether or not you choose to do it or not. But you can get your closure if you want. All right. Could you show me? Yay. Prosperity. Yeah, because these cards keep falling right over top of prosperity, and I got the Hanged Man. So some of you may be receiving this information around the 12th of December. And it may give you a reaction, like a knee-jerk reaction. You may want to react like you did when it first happened. Like, feeling trapped, confined, and just yanks you back to how you felt when it first happened. Anxiety. Not knowing which way to go. Okay, but here's the deal. As you know what? This is fallen over prosperity. I think this is actually going to give you that release, that peace you need. I really, truly do. And it could have been somebody who just suddenly left your life and didn't say anything. And then they show back up and they want to reconcile. But you didn't know why. You don't know why it happened. You can reverse roles here too, if you're a cross watcher. But closure is coming. Closure is coming. One way or the other. You're walking away from the way you felt in the past. You're getting closure. Yep. And the prosperity is, you know, it does show me that your finances are on the uptake and you've been working really hard on it. But prosperity is also how you prosper in life, how you thrive. And this release right here will allow you to be more prosperous and be able to live. It's a burden that's going to be dropped. Whatever decision you make, whether you reconcile or you just get your closure, it's going to open you up to the point you're going to have the knowledge you needed. You're going to have that peace you needed. Some of you, it's just a simple fact of that person contacting you. That's going to be your answer. I mean, that's going to make you feel better. But I feel for a lot of you, it's reconciliation. Others of you, it may be too late, but you're going to get your closure. Yep. And you're going to be able to prosper more in life instead of, you know, having this burden, it's heavy feeling. It's a heavy feeling. Why? Or sitting here tearing apart. Well, why did I act like this? Or why did they act like, you know, it comes in spurts, I think. Yep. We got the Two of Swords, feeling blinded by a situation. So around the 12th, do know that if you get contacted with somebody that you literally parted ways, and there was a lot of questions around it, and no matter how it made you feel, this is a possibility of reconciliation. Maybe they want to make amends. You definitely will be getting closure on this. But at first, it may give you the feeling how you felt when it first happened. And you may be feeling blinded as to which way to go with it. There is no wrong choice here. You are going to get closure one way or the other. So as an Aquarius, do not feel like you're pressured into it. You're still going to get the closure so you can have some peace. Because this is something that stemmed from the past, no matter how far back it was, that you parted ways and there was a lot of harsh feelings. And I don't feel it was all justified. Some might even been treating other people wrongly. And what I mean by that, I'm hearing ghosting. I'm hearing Well, with the boundaries were crossed. Yep. Or maybe it was the wrong time in life, or if it had to do with lovers, maybe it was the wrong time in life for you to connect. Whatever your circumstances is, everybody's different. You've got to make a decision. Do not remain with the blindfold on, because this time it's actually going to give you closure, and it'll give you that peace of mind. And you do have a choice whether or not you want to reconcile or not. That's your choice. Each Aquarius is going to react a different way. Yep. But don't sit on the fence about it. Don't, this is one of those things. Don't sit there and sit on the fence about it. This is not payback time. This is closure time. Heal it, let it go. This is not one of those things that, oh, you hurt my feelings, I'm going to get you. That's not what this is about. This is about closure, and so you can have peace. This is not a situation. Family, friends, lovers, however it was. Some of you Aquariuses may be in another relationship right now, and you may be torn between two relationships once this message comes in, if it does have to do with lovers. Or if you feel like reaching out, you need to be careful with this. Get your closure, move on. I'm going to give the advice right here for Aquarius. It's not, if you have a happy home, it's not worth wrecking. If you are single, that is a different story. So Aquarius, December is about facing your fears and putting something in the past that really has been weighing on you for a long time. Okay? You have that choice, reconcile, but you're definitely going to get closure. Yep. You have a choice. You can prosper. You're going to be prospering in life. This is going to take that extra 1,000-pound pack off your back that you've been carrying around, that you've been ignoring half the time because you didn't want to feel it, because you've eaten yourself up so much about it in the past, but it was still weighing you down. And sometimes that's part of the reasons why some of the stuff hasn't worked out for you. And I'm not being cruel. That felt right to say for some of you. That's exactly what it is. Some of you, Aquarius, will be reacting with enthusiasm because of this message that comes in. We got the Page of Wands. Enthusiastic message. Good news. Some of you will be taking it as good news, and it's going to make you feel very prosperous. You're going to be feeling like dynamite, alive. Some of you, it's going to make you feel like extremely younger. Some of you you're looking forward to this. Not every Aquarius is going to be looking forward to it. Again, there's going to be some that are just, you're going to get your closure. You can get that peace. But a lot of Aquarius is looking for this reconciliation. Yep. Good news for some. That one's sticking out. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity. For some of you, for the majority of you, this reconciliation from the past, family, friends, or lovers, is going to be very prosperous. Some of you may even work together in the past. This could be business. Some of you, this might not be just, it might not just be family, friends, lovers. It may have been business partners, business partners where boundaries were crossed, something was done. But only you and that person know exactly what went on. For some of you, this could be a reconciliation between business partners, or it's going to be prosperous. You have two prosperity cards. One is a new beginning in money, in financial, material. For some of you, this is how new opportunities for financial gain is going to be offered. Because it's been bugging them too. Boundaries will be drawn though, and boundaries will not be crossed again. But forgiveness For some, will be given. Others, Aquariuses, will just take the closure. And if it's not you, Aquarius, it's the other person. They'll just take the closure. But a big majority of you, Aquariuses, will be doing the reconciliation between two people, whether it has to do family, friends, lovers, or business partnerships. Yep, yep, yep. Anything else? For some of you, this is going to go on the love spectrum. And let's talk about partnerships too. You got the Ten of Cups, completion. It's a completion of happy home life and happy family life. It also represents marriage. This could be about two people who were married before that come back together. And the circumstances, it was one of those things. Now, nobody can tell you who you love and how to love. Only you know truly what happened. Families coming back together. Lovers coming back together. Friends coming back together. Business partners coming back together. Some Aquariuses, like I said, will just take the closure and continue to prosper. But most is leading towards prosperity. Either the prosperity for most is financially. Why? Because some are just, they've got their closure and they are laying down their burden they've been carrying and they're free of that burden now. Others, the reconciliation is theirs and they are taking it and they're prospering financially because they're working together with somebody else. And they can focus on what they're supposed to be doing. And some are actually discovering that people actually cared even though they didn't act like it. Yep, yep, yep. Some are being reunited or reconciliation between parents and children. There is many different ways this could be read, but that felt right, what I was saying right there. Anything else for Aquarius? Wow. The message is, for those that there's a possible reconciliation, well, possible reconciliation, and then the other group of Aquarius where there's just going to be closure. Your messages are, it's going to take great strength to do either one. All right? To forgive, but you don't forget. To get closure and move on takes great strength. Aquarius will be pulling this up within themselves. And the Strength card also represents, it's a Leo. That's what I'm feeling. I'm seeing the Lion. For some of you, it's a Leo. Others of you, whether it is reconciliation or it's complete closure, whatever you decide, it's still a new beginning for you. It's a new beginning because now you're doing it free with a peace of mind of something that had been weighing you down from the past. Your December reading is actually a really good one, and I really like this. I like this a lot because it's about time Aquarius had some peace in their life. Because back in Libra season, I kept seeing the balance scales. You were working real hard on it, and then for a lot of you, there was an upheaval. Continue to work on getting those balance scales balanced. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your December. And I will see you back on here for 2023s. See you later. Bye.